welcome back to another episode of E&Ftv, and welcome back to my car. I thought I'd do another impromptu talk, chat, video, whatever. Currently on my sort of way home from my latest hospital appointment for another sort of pre-op situation. By the time this goes out, in fact on the day that this goes out, I'll be going in for an operation that I've been waiting on for about a year, or just over a year. So kind of, well, very, very nervous, but I know that this is going to be the start of me getting better again and properly recovering. But the reason for this video is actually somebody that's in my network, Danica, posted something about it being sort of Men's Health Week, or men's sort of, I don't know, mental health or well-being week, and again, from memory, I think it was from the 10th to the 16th or something like that. So shout out to Danica, because that's what sort of influenced me doing this video, because the whole point of that week, I believe, is to raise awareness, build dialogue between, I guess, men that are going through things, whether that be mental health or, of course, you know, physical health and the challenges that we go through, you know, all the time. And unfortunately, a lot of that is done silently. And to be honest with you, I've been one of those people. I've been undergoing a lot of mainly physical health challenges over the last 12 to 18 months. And honestly, they've, well, especially this week, it's hit me like a ton of bricks. And I think we don't talk about it enough, and that's sort of been, you know, that drum's been banged plenty already, that we don't talk enough, and I do absolutely believe that. But something that has been really heartwarming has been the amount of genuine check-ins from friends and family, of course, but from also industry people that know me because of, you know, work and whatever, and we've built great relationships, and it's a beautiful thing when you just get a message with no ulterior motive, just, hey Tom, how you feeling today, or hey, how did that appointment go, and they're remembering certain things that are happening in this journey. And it couldn't have come, if I'm totally honest with you, it couldn't have come at a better time, because, and I'm not having a go at the NHS. I think the workers on the front line of the NHS are absolutely amazing. I really do. But within a space of a couple of days, I was supposed to have blood tests for my pre-op sort of tests. That got cancelled the day before. Then I was supposed to have testosterone replacement therapy blood tests, and that got cancelled this has only been in a couple of days. Then I turn up to the hospital in I'm not going to say where, but I went to the hospital for another appointment, and I got to the front desk and they said, no, unfortunately your appointment has been moved to September, and clearly no one sent you a letter, which was found out that they hadn't. And with all the physical things that I had going on at the time and that I have going on right now, I had a little breakdown in the hospital, and I just felt like a bit lost with it all, and I didn't know where to go next. And my partner Danny was with me, and with all the other cancellations that I had within the last couple of days, that was just sort of the icing on the cake. And I felt like the first time in all of this process that it really hit me emotionally that just give me a break, just give me a break. And I'd say to anybody within my network, friends, family, anything like that, reach out to those people, because over the last couple of days, the people that have reached out and have showed that sort of connection and community have honestly been such a big pillar in this week. And there are the people, you may watch this, you know who you are if you are watching this, but a huge thank you to all of you, and I hope that I'm considered to be one of those people that they would also confide in with sensitive issues like this. The other part to this sort of Men's Health Week, or Men's Mental Health Week, or whatever the actual terminology is for this specific week, is early diagnosis. So sort of taking that step and sort of investigating something that you may know deep down is not okay. And this was a big thing for me, because about just over a year ago, I don't mind saying this now, because it is what it is. I'm on camera and I'm in the car, so you're gonna get it. But I did find a lump in a place where let's say men would be particularly sensitive about finding a lump, and I didn't say anything to anyone. I didn't say it to my partner, I didn't say it to parents or friends or anything like that, because I didn't know what to say to any of them. I didn't know where to go from there. And honestly, I just thought maybe it'll just go away. Maybe it'll just something that will just disappear over time. And it didn't, and it sort of stuck around, and the worry got more and more. It started to sort of get discomfort and all this sort of stuff, and in the end, after a few months, I ended up telling my partner. And I remember being so annoyed and ashamed of myself, because I was being a bit of a coward with it. I didn't want to face it, I didn't want to acknowledge it. I hoped that it would go away, and of course it didn't. And the sense of relief after that, and the sense of being able to just not feel the pressure of having to hold on to that, and having to mask your emotions and mask the feeling that you were getting at the time. And that was a big thing for me, because I'm not someone that goes to the doctors, I'm not someone that goes to the hospital and all this sort of stuff. But this time I knew it wasn't the same. So that early diagnosis part of this week that I've seen was actually a massive part of my journey. And I didn't realize it was such a big part of that journey until I'd done it. So again, to anybody in my network, friends, family, anything like that, anything that doesn't feel, and I know this is obvious, but I may have needed this video back then. So if there's anything like that, for God's sake, get it checked. For God's sake, get that diagnosis. Because although it may seem like the most daunting and scary thing at the time, because it's the last thing that you want to find out about, it's also the first step in having a direction. And for so long I had no direction. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know anything. And as soon as we found out, that weight was then lifted. So that early diagnosis bit, for anyone in my network, for any friends, anyone like that is just in a bit of turmoil at the moment, or not quite sure, or you've got a friend or someone that's in a similar position, go for that early diagnosis. Talk to the people around you. Talk to your loved ones about it. Because honestly, it's been a real tough journey, but that was one of the best, although that was the best starting point, was opening up and then getting that early diagnosis. And the other part to this is that raising awareness, and that's the whole point of this video, just coming away from the hospital at the moment. Just I mean, I work in recruitment, okay? It's a stressful job, blah blah blah, but we all have stressful lives, we all have busy lives, and I usually find myself diving into work because it allows me to distract myself from other things, or if I'm not feeling very well, I'll sort of try and jump into something to do with work because it almost acts as a comforter. And I suppose that raising awareness piece, again, for me, if I was working away and I saw something like this, or I heard a podcast or something like that, it would resonate. And I know that there's going to be people out there that may see this and think, yeah, actually that's about right, or that's about accurate, or I've been feeling like this for a little while. You're not alone. If there's nobody out there, if there's nobody there that you feel confident enough, honestly, drop me a message, because this has been so profound on my personal life, work life, and with the operation around the corner, it's sort of there's sort of not a finish line, but it's sort of the start of the end. I think that makes sense. It's the start of the end. It's the start of something that is going to allow me to properly recover and properly find myself, the next solution to the next problem. Because, you know, I've got multiple things, unfortunately, now as a result of the condition I've got multiple things that are affecting me. But if I do nothing else with this video, if I just stick to those 3 pillars, which is raising awareness, early diagnoses, and open up dialogue with the people around you, whether that be friends, family, whether that be loved ones, whatever it is, just be able to, that opportunity to be able to be vulnerable and open up is something that I believe these days is a lot more common, which is awesome. But I also think that it's something that we can still struggle with. I've just gone the wrong way. If anyone can see me turning around, I've just gone the wrong way because I'm not somewhere where I know too well. And I'd say to anyone that's watching this, I know I've waffled on a little bit, but it's come from a very genuine space. Open up to the people that you love, to the people around you, whoever works. Early diagnoses. I know it's going to be scary because it was terrifying for me, but almost admitting that to yourself that there's something not right, there's something that you know is going to be uncomfortable to talk about, or something that's going to bring something to light that you've really wanted to not talk about and bring up. Honestly, the relief is unbelievable. It changed everything for me, and I kept mine in for quite some time, and then finally that raising awareness, that's what this video is about. So I'm scrapping commercial and revenue manager and whatever this week, and thank you, a massive thank you to Danica for sharing that post on your LinkedIn, because even though I'm saying all this now, I don't know if I would have posted something like this. So yeah, I suppose to sign off this week's episode, I'm on the path to recovery. I've got a big day coming up. Wish me luck. And just a massive thank you to the people around me, the friends, the family, the industry contacts that this will be going out to, because your words of kindness and support and all that sort of stuff means a whole lot. And I don't care who you are. If you're going through something similar, something different, whether that be physical, whether that be mental, please reach out. We lose too many people to people not talking and opening up. and being honest. And if this does nothing more than instigate some sort of dialogue with the people around you, then I hope it does. So thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I know it's probably been quite a brief one, and one that is not usually on here, but these little car journeys are a way of me offloading a load of thoughts and a load of stuff, and it's quite therapeutic in a way. So I guess for now I'll sign off. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode. If you like our content, subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. And if you like these sorts of episodes where it's, you know, there's no production to it, it's just me waffling on, let me know. All right, guys. Well, yeah, I'll leave you to it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess. And wish me luck. Bye bye.